Hello, people. Welcome to our podcast, our inspiration to follow.
Well, today we are here with Emilio Angulo, Fabiana Chavez, and myself, and it is a pleasure to be able to talk with you.
Thank you, Kendall. We're so glad you're listening to us. And today we're going to be talking about our idols. So, first of all, we're going to start with Fabi. And my first question for her is, what kind of doctor is your idol?
Well, my idol name is Dr. Jocelyn Block, and she is a surgeon, more specifically a neurosurgeon.
I'm interested of where is she from?
She is from Switzerland.
Nice. And what is her specialization?
Well, she specialized in stereotactic and functional neurosurgery. She also has a lot of experience in DBS. This is for deep brain stimulation and neuromodulation for movement disorders, pain, and epilepsy. She works a lot also with some diseases like Parkinson's disease.
Well, it's so interesting. And my other question is, where does she work?
Well, she's actually the chief of the functional neurosurgery unit at CHUV in United States. It's a so recognized hospital and researching foundation.
And my last question for you is, why is she your idol?
Well, because of her curriculum, she has had an active participation in experimental medicine, translational neuroscience, the development of new indicators for DBS, deep brain stimulation. She also has participated in the research of therapeutic paradigms in neuromodulation. And also, she has worked with these techniques for improving the locomotion, like rehabilitation after a spinal cord injury, for example, or strokes. That I think is so important because she she gave these people with these conditions a second opportunity to have their whole body back.
I loved it so much, and you sound so excited talking about her.
Yeah, I understand why that person is your idol. It's amazing.
Thank you, guys. Well, what about Kendall? Who is your idol?
Well, I'm really talking about Taylor Nance, and he is my idol. Well, I don't know if you have any question about him.
Yeah, I actually have one question. It is similar to a question that I made for Fabi. It is, what is his specialization?
Yes, well, Taylor Navas is currently a goalkeeper. We consider that he is the best in that position because he is a goalkeeper who has stood out so much in recent years, and more than others, I would say.
Great. I also have a question. I like to know what team is Keylor Navas playing for right now?
Well, he currently plays for the PSG team, a great European team with great competition, where he meets great players like Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and among others. Um, it's also very important to mention that he also played for Real Madrid, and where he has with other great players, and one of them was Cristiano Ronaldo. So we can realize how impressive Keylor has achieved.
Okay, I understand that so many people have soccer players as their idols, but I specifically want to know why is Kaylor your idol?
Well, it's a great question. Keylor is my idol for everything he has achieved in his life, playing for big teams, playing alongside those who are considered the best players in the world today, being famous, being recognized by important people, and among many other things. But he is mainly my idol because even though he was from Costa Rica and had few opportunities, he achieved what we wanted so much.
And why is he an example to follow in your life?
Well, this is another great question, and I feel that Navas is a great example to follow because he has always been a person who tries hard and never gives up. Also, because despite his fame and all the money he has earned and the money he earns, he hasn't changed him as a person. He is still a humble and kind person.
Well, actually,
But
the last question that I have for you is, do you think Kaylor wins the Ballon d'Or as best goalkeeper?
well, this is a difficult question, I think. Mm, the truth is, I doubt it a lot because Kaylor in recent years has taken away his credits just for being from Costa Rica, and they prefer to give that award to another goalkeeper who is from another country. But honestly, Keylor Navas deserves that award because for me, he's the only goalkeeper who has stood out so much in recent games, and he is the only one I see who makes an effort in each of the games as if each of them were the most important of his life.
What about you, Emily? Who is your idol? Who are you going to present to us today?
Well, Fabi, today we're going to be talking about Miley Cyrus.
Wow, well, I want to know first, how and when did you hear about her?
Well, I don't know if you know or if you have seen Hannah Montana's series, but because it is like a slightly old series, but Miley is an actress who plays her, so she basically is Hannah Montana. In fact, at that time I wasn't a fan of her. It was until Miley began her career as a singer alone that I became a fan of hers.
Well, it's so interesting. I have a question for you, Emily. Why are you a fan of hers?
I became a fan of her because I think she's a very authentic person who does and says what she wants. Because there are many famous people who don't behave as they want because they must maintain like an image for the public. In addition to that, she wanted to demonstrate her true self and that other people stop seeing her as a Disney girl.
Well, actually, that you mentioned that, I remember Hannah Montana and I love it, but I haven't heard about it in a time. So, what is her story?
Well, she is the daughter of a very famous singer. She started Hannah Montana and then she followed her career alone. But basically, it was for Hannah Montana that she became like famous. And recently, she married Liam Hemsworth. He's Chris Hemsworth's brother, and they had a relationship for 10 years, but it was like a toxic relationship. So then they got married and they got divorced 7 months later. And that's it. But actually, she's so famous and she's a super important person after Hannah Montana.
Well, Emily, is again is more interesting, and I have a question that I think is so important to you, and is: would you like to go to a concert of her?
Of course, I would love to go to a concert of her. It would be too insane, and her concerts are very crazy. And I would also love to see her in person because who wouldn't want to meet their idol?
Um, well, I'm not so informed about music awards and that thing, so I'd like to know, has Miley won any award?
Of course, she had won a lot of awards. For example, she won the MTV Video Music Award. It was in 2014 for the Video of the Year. Also, another MTV Video Music Award for the Best Edition. And for actress, like Nickelodeon's Kids Choice Award for the Best Actress. And there are a lot of awards, like they are like 30, I think. So yeah, she's super talented, and that's why I love her so much.
Oh my god, I think it's just amazing the way you describe her. I really love to hear about her.
Thank you so much. It was so great for me to talk about her.
Well, that he has been our podcast. I hope you like the presentation of our idols and how great people they are. Because it was a pleasure to talking to you, Fabiana and Emily. And yeah, is all.
Thanks, Kendall. It was a pleasure too.
Yeah, thanks. See you later. I have learned a lot of things today. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.